Hi, welcome to my channel. Marianne here. It is Wednesday, November 3rd. Time for another WW Weekly Blast from the Past. This one is from the Freestyle, and it's I'm optimistic but realistic. So it's great to think things will work out so long as you have a plan to make it happen. This is going to go along with what happened to me yesterday. Be optimistic and realistic. Don't worry, be happy. It's a catchy tune, sure, but it's not the best approach to success. Overly optimistic thinking goes something like this. I went way over my smart points budget today, but I'll get back on track soon, somehow, some way. While it's helpful to assert good intentions rather than berating yourself for a slip, being vague about how you'll recover isn't helpful. So thinking things will get better somehow without having a plan to make it happen can derail our weight loss efforts. Because we need to identify what needs to change and then set specific steps to change it. So for instance, the fix for going over budget could be to plan and even pre-track tomorrow's meals. Now, I always pre-track. I don't pre-track the next day per se, but I do pre-track in the morning. I pretty much know when I'm having breakfast, I do my breakfast. My lunch is pretty consistent, so that's easy peasy. And then I have my dinner that I'm going to have, and I pre-track that. I pre-track everything except my snacks because I'm not sure if I'm going to have a snack or, because if I'm just at home, it's not like I have to plan to put something in my bag. Of course, if I'm going out, I can pre-track a snack and take it with me, an on-the-go snack, so that I'm not caught in a predicament. But yesterday, what happened was I had pre-tracked everything, even my dinner, but it was getting later and later, and I just thought, I don't want to make all that stuff. And it wouldn't have been that hard to make. All I had to do was put the veggies in the steamer, put a pot on the stove for some rice. I have a steamer rice maker, but the rice always sticks to it, but it steams the vegetables really nice, and then my rice turns out better in the saucepan. So I just kind of do it that way. And then I was just going to have the mini wontons, and I just boil those, and you just boil them for 2 minutes. It wouldn't have been that much effort, but I was just too lazy. So I grabbed an 8-point can of soup, which fit into my Smart Points budget. But I didn't plan on watching a bunch of funny stuff on YouTube last night, and so it just got away from me, and I was snacking on a bag of some chips, some Popcorners chips, these sweet chili ones, and that got my sugar thing going because they're sweet, and it got my sweet tooth going, and I got to be careful with that. So I did get into the Tootsie Rolls. So I went over my Smart Points budget, but I didn't berate myself for it, and I'm not going to berate myself now, but I had a plan just to get back on track, and that's all I had to do, just to go back to what I was doing already, and to not get lazy and to not skimp on my dinner. So because I guess the soup, I love the soup. It's really good. It's like, oh yeah, I want that soup. So I just changed my plans to something that just didn't work out. And then I ended up staying up later, and when I stay up later, that's when I screw up. I got to start planning to get to bed. I got to get a job so I'm not having all this free time. It's not like I don't have time to plan. At any rate, where did I leave off? Okay. While most unhelpful thinking styles are negative, I ate all my weeklies, that's it, game over, or yeah, I tracked every day, but I only lost a pound. The don't worry, be happy thinking style feels positive, but it too can lead to feelings and actions, or more often inactions, that undermine our journey. Because it masquerades as something positive, this thinking style might demand a little practice to identify and shift. And I think we do that a lot where we're like, oh, I'll just get back on track. Yeah, I screwed up. It's a lifestyle, so I have time. I'll just get better tomorrow, right? A lot of us do that. I do it. I'm not saying you do it, but I know I've seen a lot of us do it. So what to do? Well, balance your thinking. The most helpful thoughts aren't either overly optimistic or pessimistic. They're realistic. Once we recognize, don't worry, be happy thoughts, we can reality check them to shift to helpful thoughts that include a plan of action to help you regroup. Write down your responses in these spaces below. Identify your don't worry, be happy thought. Example, I ate way more than I planned at my lunch date today. I'll get back on track later. Well, reality check. Ask yourself, what needs to happen to make this thought true? Use your answer to shift to a helpful thought that has one or more back on track solutions. For example, if I make a plan, I will be able to get back on track later. I could track what I ate. And I'm a very consistent tracker, so I don't have a problem tracking. My problem yesterday was staying with the plan that I tracked. I made a new plan, and that's what screwed me up. So plan what you'll do. Choose one action from your ideas above that's doable. Make a specific plan for what you'll do, when and where you'll do it, and who you'll do it with, if anybody. Example, I'll track what I ate at lunch during my 3 p.m. break at my desk by myself. That'll help me see how many smart points I've used and decide what to eat for dinner. So that's basically what I already do. I track in the morning, and then I just get my day going. So it's just, I don't have to think about, oh, what am I going to have for dinner? Oh, what am I going to have for lunch? I already have it done. So then we're going to get, this is a kind of a long one. Think again. Okay, being optimistic is great. If you take your thoughts a step farther to connect the dots between where you are and where you want to be. So an unhelpful thought. I went over my smart points budget today, but that's okay. I'll do better tomorrow. Helpful thought. Okay, how's that unhelpful? Because the same thing can happen the next day and the next day and the next day, and then you're going to get into a bad habit, right? Helpful thought. Unless I make a plan to stay within my budget, things won't be better tomorrow. When I get home from work tonight, I'll plan tomorrow's meals so I can get back on track. An unhelpful thought. It's raining, so I can't go on my usual walk at lunchtime. Oh well, hopefully it'll be clear tomorrow. Now, I didn't go on my walk yesterday or today. Yesterday, like I said, I got lazy. Today, I looked at the weather and there said there was pollution in the air, but actually it's just that I went out shopping for longer than I expected, planning for my tracking. And I just don't feel like going. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll get back on track on that tomorrow. I've been pretty consistent with my walks. So a helpful thought, it's raining, so I'll miss my lunchtime walk today. It might clear up tomorrow, but it might not. So I'll stop at the mall on my way home and walk around it twice so I can get in my activity. Yeah, mall walking. Just go somewhere indoors and walk. Walk around your house or apartment. I have those. I mean, I could still walk today if I feel like it. I have the in-home Leslie Sansoni walks. So I can't really make an excuse for not exercising. But for now, I'm going to go make my dinner so I don't do what I did last night. And I'm going to plan my activity for tomorrow. Sometimes I even pre-track my activity and then I go do it. That's me. So, your turn. It's your turn, and you can put it in the comments. Recall a time when you had a don't worry, be happy approach to a less than ideal situation on your journey. Write an unhelpful thought that you had about it. Give it a reality check, and then write your helpful thought. So, any day now, a lot of those of us on the WW journey know that next week, something's going to happen. Things are going to shake up. Things are going to change. A lot of us are optimistic and looking forward to it, and some people are a little worried about it. And So now we have to do a reality check. Yes. Every couple years, WW changes the plan. Should we just say, don't worry and be happy because Weight Watchers knows best? Or do we have a plan? Well, an unhelpful thought is, it's going to change. It's going to wreck my whole journey. Oh my gosh. Everything's just going to fall apart. I've been doing so good on the blue plan. And now they're going to change it and tell me they're going to give me more points or give me points for avocados or whatever, or whatever I shouldn't be eating too much of. But anyway, you get the drift. So what would a helpful thought be? Yes, they change. So what can I do? I can take the assessment, answer it honestly, and see what their algorithm thinks I should have for my points and thinks what will work for me. But what did we learn yesterday about 0-point foods and all that? Well, we'll do it. And we can let the scale be our guide. I'm going to let the scale be my guide. I'm also going to be sidetracking in the iTrackBites app. I'm going to see how the two stack up, and I'm going to see my calories. I'm going to see, and then I'm going to let the scale be my guide and adjust. So that's my plan. I'm going to give it a whirl. Change is good sometimes. Sometimes it's not easy. We get stuck in our ways. But we do have a backup plan with the iTrackBites because we can still do the blue plan, the purple plan, and like right now I'm tracking on the momentum plan, and I got to tell you, I can't eat all the food on that plan. I think I have, and I didn't track my overeating last night. I haven't even put that in. It's only Wednesday, and I weigh in on Sunday. So I still have, I still have tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to track, and I only have 4 weeklies left, but really I don't have any left. But I mean, I had 4 weeklies left. Excuse me. Tracking on the momentum and then putting it into my blue plan. And my calories were right about 1,200 on the momentum, eating a lot more food and going over into my weeklies on my blue plan. So I did a reality check actually on my calories that I'm actually only getting barely 1,200 calories, even going into my weeklies like I did. That's just not good. I mean, I've been counting my beans. I've been counting my 0-point foods and everything. I've been putting all the food in the iTrackBites calculator, the app, and they want me to have 1,700 calories, and it is hard for me. I probably made it last night with those chips and Tootsie Rolls, or just close enough. But still, just tracking and feeling satisfied the other previous days, I was just getting like 1,200 calories. Oh my gosh, 12,000. That would be too much for anybody. But I probably have had that sometimes, maybe. I doubt it. But anyway, so what do we have to do? We have to be optimistic but realistic. So we have to go with it with an open mind and just track everything and go through the plan, see what it gives us, see what happens, and let the scale be our guide. And I know a lot of people say, the scale isn't everything. But when you're trying to lose weight, and if you're gaining weight or staying the same for a whole month on a new plan, you might have to adjust. Change a couple things. See where you can adjust, what's working and what's not working, and then just play with it. So let's be optimistic, but then let's be realistic, okay? Thanks for watching. Comments below, thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow.